Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Tightwad from behind the camera again. I just want to give you a quick view here of something that I think for me failed bag time, and it's not really worth the money. Long story cut short, my wife last Christmas went into my history. I think it was Heinnie Haynes, I can't be sure of that, but I was looking at a set of items that were thrown together, and I think the price was £100. It was a Bear Grylls, a knife, not the one with serrated edge, thankfully. A Bear Grylls survival saw, a head torch, which I'm very, very impressed with, and I use that almost on a daily basis. And with it came a water bottle and canteen. Again, they're about 26 quid on their own, and you know how much the Bear Grylls survival knife is. Might do a separate review on that. And a compass that can be clipped inside your jacket came free with it. Unfortunately, what I want to talk about now, and I'm not too impressed with, is the Bear Grylls survival saw. Quite impressed with it when I got it. It's very lightweight. It's got quite a fearsome blade on it. It slides out, unlike many, like my Laplander, which I've bought since, which was, folds out and locks in. It's got a locking arm here. I love this handle. It's kind of like a soft but grippy rubber. Not too worried about it being tactical. Bear Grylls, I'm not that bothered with it. But the name Gerber, years ago, this used to be a real name for quality, and I am aware now that you're very, very lucky to get anything that's not made in China shipped over, and then obviously you're paying 300 to 400% profit on it, if that makes sense. Because I buy stuff originally from China. I see it in camping shops here in the UK. It's £1.88 from China. I'm going to do a review on this item because somebody put me onto it at YouTube. In the same shop in the high street in my town, it's £7.99. I always wonder why the 99. Why don't you call it 8 quid, ladies and gentlemen? This, I'm afraid, I would give a review on it, but I can't because it never got to the review stage, unfortunately. My Staffy dog, some of you might have seen that, he has what's called a Staffy sticks. He's mad for sticks. So I just stuck this in my pocket when I was walking my dog into the woods, picked up some branches off the floor. I'm not going to talk mega branches, I'm going to show you one now. It was roughly a branch like that, just to cut him a Staffy stick. Yeah, I throw it, he hasn't got the brains to bring it back to me, but then we fight because it's his stick. Like, they're very possessive of the stick. So it's only a stick like that. There's the knife and there's the stick, just to give you some sort of scale quality. Now, what happened with this, and I'm going to say now, I wasn't going mad, I wasn't sawing at 100 miles an hour. I used the full length of the blade because I've been taught how to do this when I got some assault pioneer training in the army. And basically let the blade do the work, don't use too much undue pressure, don't heat up the blade. I was literally out sawing a couple of logs, just to throw for my dog. Yeah, he loves these sort of things. So there's a good scale, there's the blade, so you can see, nothing too much, nothing should have, a Laplander would laugh at this again. But unfortunately, I'm going to turn it around now and show you what's gone on with the blade. The blade's not too thick. Now generally that won't matter if they're using a good quality steel, but can we see what's happening now when I come up and down? That's what happened to the blade, and all I didn't even get to a review stage or anything like that. Never really used it. I just took it and was trying to cut up a few logs. Nothing fantastic. Wasn't abusing it or trying to test it. Just wanted to cut a few logs or bits of sticks to throw for my dog. And as you can see, I hope that's showing up there. And I come in horizontally in case that shows up better. How bent that blade is. Just from a few little logs. It basically still will work. It's not the best way to do it, obviously, because it's not supported. I'm going to go careful because I don't want to injure my hand. But hopefully you can just see that it just catches up now. And I weren't going no harder than this, but I was using the full length of the blade, obviously, as you should do with any saw. I was actually quite impressed with how it cut. But out of the little surprise Christmas present that my wife got me, which was some Bear Grylls items, and she got it for a brilliant price as well, £100 for the knife, this, the water bottle and the cup, and a head torch. Again, you can see I'm not trying to do anything fantastic, but there you go, sorry. That's what happens with this blade. So very, very disappointed. Love the handle. I'm hanging on to this in the hope that I can get a replacement blade, obviously not a Bear Grylls one, something else that I can either modify or drill a hole in, because I don't mind getting the Dremel opening up if the blade's a bit thicker, because I quite like this handle and I think they got that right. Locking mechanism's not absolutely brilliant, but you know, the size of it, everything. Why did they just not spend a bit more money on the most important bit, which was the blades? Anyway, I say review, I can't review it because it never got to that stage. The Bear Grylls Survival Saw, I think it's called. I think these come in at more expensive than, you know, a Laplander. So I'm not knocking it, I'm just trying to give it a fair review. Like I say, I never really got to the review stage because it failed before that. But love the handle, and I'm going to try and get another blade in there, even if I have to modify that, Dremel this out and so forth. And if I get another blade, this will eventually come out. See if I can get another blade in there. I've got a Laplander, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, that was very poor performance. And like I say, the name Gerber, you know, years ago, they're nice work. Well, they probably still are, I'm not knocking them. Anything Gerber was a, you know, assurance of quality, but like I say, I think probably designed to a cost more than you know, the quality thing that was always associated with the name Gerber, and probably still is. I'm not knocking the company. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Bear Grylls Survival Saw, tightwad. Please buy a Laplander. The only reason I said Laplander because I had one of them for many years as a soldier. I think I got it off a French Foreign Legionnaire, swapped him a bit of kit for it, and it's never let me down. But I'm afraid this thing didn't even survive a walk with my dog. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. If anybody's trying to get a, you know, an honest review of these things, I'm not into sort of demolishing people's products and so forth. Everybody's got to earn a living, but this is one probably to give a miss. And you know, if you're thinking, well, what does he think's better than this then, or worth the money, and it probably does work about cheaper, because here in the United Kingdom you can get a Laplander for approaching 15 quid. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Bear Grylls, love the head torch. The knife very much works for me. I've given that a good bashing round and that's survived everything, but this thing was, I think the new terminology is a bit of an epic fail. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Tightwad, take care and be safe, everybody.